Hi there everybody and welcome to Wedding TV. My name's Pete Miller from a Wedding MC Hotline. It's my great honour to be your MC, your host for this really exciting series.
And I'm Natalie Anne. Together with Peter, we'll be showcasing the many services and preparations to create the perfect wedding. We'll go behind the scenes to bring you the first TV guide and planner with real brides, ceremonies and tradition.
Wedding TV will look at the very best way to plan and budget and foremost enjoy your wedding day without breaking the bank or breaking your nerves. We're going to start the series right at the beginning, and of course that's with the engagement ring. Now jewellery is one area where bigger is better.
So sit back, relax and enjoy yourself as we begin our journey to the altar.
Hello, my name is Cameron Marks. I'm the 4th generation member of an Australian jewellery company called Percy Marks Fine Gems. We've been in business for 105 years, selling to Australian clients, particularly in diamonds, Australian precious gemstones. We have 3rd and 4th generation customers coming back to us. We do a very high quality product. We offer a fantastic service, which has kept us in business for that long. My advice to people buying jewellery is, as a couple, talk to each other about the price range, talk about where you want to go to look at this product, do your homework, pick 3 or 4 stores that you want to go to and work out who you think gives the best service. There's more to just buying a ring and walking out the door. You have to look at what the company is all about and the service that they offer. We offer a full design service. We try and advise the bride on the type of person that she is, what sort of ring that what job she do, how that will affect the wearing of the ring. We think that simplicity is best for an engagement ring. You've got many more fingers to put other items of jewellery that can be more complicated. You've got to look at it with your wedding band as a complete thing. You can't just buy an engagement ring as a standalone product. You have to buy it with the wedding band and have a look at how it all goes together. It can change the whole look of a ring. So I think simplicity, make the diamond show the best, and add a little bit to it if you want to, but simplicity is the best. The future of design, I think, is very easy to say. It goes round in circles all the time. We're now back to things that we did in the 1950s. We do it a little bit different, but it's still the same. And design will go back to slightly heavier again, then it'll come back to more simple, it'll go from white to yellow. But the fact is the diamond doesn't change. You can only do so much around it. The simplicity always will be in fashion, and that's what we like to present. But we also do very individual designs for individual people who have a very good idea of what they like. The wedding band is a very important part of the engagement ring process. With wedding bands you can go from a very simple thing, it's more of a symbolic ring, to something that's very complicated. We prefer to do something quite simple with a few diamonds rather than overcomplicate it, but you need to look at the engagement ring and wedding band together as a whole package for the design aspect of it. The price range of our rings starts from approximately $1,500, but we do anything that the consumer wants, because we're one of the few companies that produce everything that we do, so we can select a diamond for your individual requirements. We have a certain standard that we keep in the showroom, but we can do anything for anybody, and no one should be afraid to come in and ask what their budget is. Their budget changes as they get older, and they can always upgrade the ring with us, which is an important facility that we offer. Here at Percy Marks we have a high standard of service, which I think is another aspect that people should look at for an engagement ring. You need the security of the company behind it that makes sure that you're getting the right product that you're being told about. We're members of the Diamond Guild of Australia, so we have a certain standard of an industry body that regulates the way that we serve, the way that we make sure we tell the truth. And we give value for money, and we follow it along with the quality of the diamonds that we sell, the certificates and so on. That's very important, to have the surety of the company that you're buying from.
My understanding of marriage, well, I guess the Bible puts it best, the poetry of the Bible, it says the two become one. God is a relational God. God himself is relationship, and in terms of human relationships, a good marriage is the peak of human relationships. I guess when we are most like God, we are created in the image of God. One might expect marriage, as many other things in churches, to be sort of dying out, but my experience here in the inner city is quite the opposite. Doing up to 20 weddings this year at St John's, most of those local people, most of those people who are not regular churchgoers. So it seems to me there is an enduring love for getting married, even though we have other statistics that might prove otherwise. My experience is very different to that.
The proposal, well, that was an exciting day. Of course, you want the proposal to be really special and stylish and something different. So I actually proposed on Julie's birthday, so that way it would cover up what I was doing and she wouldn't be sus to it. So we hired a suite down at the Rocks at the Hyatt there, on the top floor with a butler, and it was just amazing.
I thought it was my birthday.
It was on for her birthday, so when we arrived there was champagne and chocolate and roses, massage. We had a massage in the room and just had a relaxing afternoon, and then went over to the Quay restaurant down at Circular Quay, and I'd obviously been speaking with the butler that afternoon, and we went to dinner, and he said, look, as you're paying the bill, give me a call and we'll set up the room. And he set the room up with rose petals and candles and music, the whole thing. And the funny thing was, Julie saw you looked across.
Yeah, and I saw when we were at dinner, we could actually see our room from dinner, and I could see all these candles being set up, and I thought, wow, that's amazing.
Because Julie said, oh, I wonder who the candles are for, and I said it must be for Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Because they had the big bodyguard out next door to our room, the whole thing.
And I was like, oh my gosh, imagine being a movie star coming home to candles. And
then as we came in, walking down the corridor, she's like, oh, I wish I had the candles and the flowers and stuff. And I opened the room, it was just unbelievable. Even I started to cry almost at that point.
But I still didn't know what.
No,
I was like,
it was
this
just
is a bit extravagant.
Yeah, for the birthday. So we went out in the balcony, had some champagne, and I did the old drop knee and started to cry, and the rest is history.
My name's Adam. I'm the Company Director of Flawless Investments. We're a third-generation diamond wholesaling company that initially had its roots in South Africa. We've been operating now for 60 years with a bit of a difference. We started off as a wholesale company supplying to the jewellery stores. We now deal direct. We've got our own factories in South Africa, and we use that opportunity and those prices to pass on the savings to the consumer. We're finding at the moment we're specialising more in rounds than we're doing in fancy shapes. Of the fancy shapes, I'd probably say that princess cuts would be leading the race. Majority of our younger clientele, those that are in their 20s to 25, are going for a solitaire. They tend to find that if they've got the money to spend, they'd like to spend it in one stone as big or as clean as possible. They find that maybe getting 3 stones or shoulder stones detracts or puts extra money into unnecessary spaces. So we're finding at the moment solitaires are very popular, and different designs. People are tired of going for the standard settings. It's something with a bit of a difference, something individual and unique. You don't have to compromise colour, cuts and clarity based on your budget constraints. We work to any budgets. We will start as low and work as high as possible, but in each one of those budgets we'll endeavour to give you the best product and value for money. Because we are factory direct, because we've got our own polishing factory, we have got access to extremely good prices. You'll find that the prices that we have to offer will be far more competitive than what you'd be getting in a retail environment. So all I'm saying is get all the information that you'd like to get, but don't find that you have to sacrifice. There are other alternatives like ourselves, where you can get extremely good value for money just by knowing the correct place to shop. To me, diamonds are the utmost essence of emotion. Unlike any other precious gem, a diamond comes with a whole lot of emotion behind it. A diamond as such is a stubborn material. I sat for 6 months polishing stones, and a diamond, unlike any of the other stones, needs another diamond to cut it. So you actually have to grind down industrial stones and polish a diamond on a wheel with the polished grade, with the diamond powder. Having said that, a diamond won't cut just by polishing it on powder. You actually have to find a specific grain. So having said that, diamonds are pretty stubborn, and there's a lot that goes into finishing off the 58 facets on a round brilliant cut, or the other facets on any other diamond. So to me, the amount of work and the amount of attention and the amount of effort that goes into a diamond, to me warrants it as being one of the more precious and the most sought after of any of the other gems. We specialise in platinum and 18 karat white and yellow gold. We find that if you're going to the expense of buying a diamond, finish it off by getting a highly precious metal. And then we'll go to the various processes. We'll speak about different designs, different settings, different finishes, and work with our customers through the process so that they're involved, that they feel the emotion of the process, and that at the end of the day they've got something to be proud of and a memory that they can remember forever. So it's very difficult. As individual as people are, so too are the diamonds that it is that they choose. And having said that, we will offer whatever it is to each individual's tastes, whether it be a sizey, more imperfect stone or a cleaner, smaller stone. That all does come down to individual tastes, unfortunately. In line with the quality and product that we provide, we also work closely with the master jeweller. This master jeweller has done pieces for the royal family, for presidents of the United States. His work is excellent. At the end of the day, you're getting a top quality product from everything. Top quality diamonds, top quality metals, and a top quality finish. So those three aspects of our business is what we believe sets us apart from our competitors.
After the break, more on the art of finding the perfect ring to get her to say I do.
Firstly, let me welcome you by saying Céad Míle Fáilte, which means 100,000 welcomes in Irish. My name's Ash and I'm from the Celtic Design store. We've been established in Sydney for 20 years now. We're a family owned and run business, and we have two locations: our original store in the Rocks at 33 George Street and our new store, Celtic Design, up at level 2 in the Dimmicks building. We also have a website, irishdesign.com.au. Celtic Designs are basically about incorporating patterns that mean something more than just your average wedding band. They mean such things as love, loyalty, and friendship, and hope, strength. And there's a very wide range of meanings and symbolism behind them. You don't need to be of Irish and Scottish descent in order to wear one of these bands. Some people just love the symbolism and have a wedding ring that isn't just a plain band. It actually symbolises and epitomises part of their love and what they feel for each other. In terms of price range, our rings start at about $250. That's in gold, and basically go up from there. Of course, available in platinums with diamonds and high end, but the average price would be around $500–600 for a wedding ring, and they're available in a combination of golds and metals. An interesting term that derives from Celtic origins is actually tying the knot, which relates to an ancient Celtic tradition which is called hand fasting. And what it is you have 5 different coloured ribbons that all symbolise different things, and the bride and the groom put their hands together and they tie a knot, and when they take it off it's intact and it symbolises their joined union. And that's a lovely tradition that some couples like to incorporate today. As you can see, I'm wearing the classic Celtic Trinity knot. This symbolises a lot of things to people, but basically is derived from the classic Celtic love knot, which means eternal love, going forever with no break in the lines. Our rings are famous all throughout Australia, but with our new store Celtic Design, we're trying to incorporate the whole Celtic themed wedding for some people. So we have such a range as the wedding dresses, the kilts, the sporrans, the shoes, cufflinks, the whole range, everything that you would want for your Celtic wedding day. That's what we have here.
I think that it's very special that I can actually marry people and that I'm a woman. I think I can lend something about, I can actually help by making the ceremonies that I conduct more romantic, because I totally understand where the bride is coming from, what she wants, what she dreams about. And I can also bridge that gap between being very formal, which we need to be during a ceremony, but also bringing that romantic aspect into it too, and being able to support both the bride and groom during that day. Because if they are nervous, if you like being a female, I can also perhaps be for a little while the mother figure, because both my children have been married. I know exactly what everybody feels like. I've been married, I've been mother of the bride and the groom, and I think that I have the opportunity of bringing that sort of softer touch into the ceremonies.
I proposed to my wife Emily in New York. We were going on our a yearly or 3-month trip around the world, and I thought what better place to make my beautiful fiancée my wife. I should say my fiancée, but yeah, that's we got married.
It was a very hot day, and he had in the punnet of strawberries. He had the ring, and yeah, so it was very romantic. Champagne, and yeah, it was fantastic. Couldn't wait to ring the family back home and tell them.
Enjoy your carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are our main source of ready-to-go fuel. Just like a car needs petrol, carbohydrates give us energy, and, believe it or not, they do help us to lose weight. If you don't eat enough carbohydrates, your blood sugar levels may get too low, causing side effects such as low energy levels, lightheadedness, loss of concentration and irritability. Just what you need when you're trying to organise your wedding. Food cravings can also develop as a result of cutting out carbohydrates, as can increased hunger. Therefore, cutting out carbohydrates will really only sabotage all of your weight loss efforts.
Coming up next, we'll show that rings with a rock are not the only things that shine. Custom wedding bands also bring a sparkle to the eyes of the happy couple.
Hi, my name's Tony. I'm from Elias Creations. I've been here for approximately 1 year. I'm in 250 Pitt Street. I've been in the industry for approximately 10 years, and what my aim here is to be competitive, creative and original as far as designs go. In the past 10 years, jewellery has evolved quite a bit. From being more or less a yellow-based metal, it's actually moved into a white gold, where a lot of people have appreciated the colour of it. Yeah, so white gold's pretty popular these days. There are mixed metals as well, so that really out of the question. So we still have the mixed metals involved in the jewellery making today. Solitaires are pretty much still the most popular ring. Just a simple claw setting to show off the diamond as much as possible. But you also have your cluster of stones, which actually enhance the look of the design. So yeah, so a bit of everything is pretty much still in fashion, but I'd say the Solitaire is the most common design still today. The customer these days uses the internet to educate themselves on the diamonds. They actually go through and find out exactly what they're after. The cut of the stone is very important. That gives you the proportion of the stone. If it is cut, or what we call an ideal cut, is the most perfect cut you'll get on a stone. That way it gives us its shoe brilliance straight out through the top of the stone to give it that nice fire. You can start with the D Flawless, which is quite expensive. You're looking for a 1 carat approximately around $30,000. But you can work your way down up to an average grade, which is about a GSI. So you get away with something like that for about $7,000 to $10,000, just depending on the ring design. And then again, you can work your way down below that in about, say, $4,000 for around a half carater. But you can also, if a customer wants to have the size, they want to compromise on the colour and clarity, so they can still get the 1 carater for around the $5,000 to $6,000 mark. But they just have to compromise somewhere. So some like to compromise on the colour, some of them like to compromise on the clarity. As long as there's nothing visible to the naked eye to see the stone, then that's fine. The customer's pretty happy with that, and yeah, they end up walking away with quite a good stone. The entry point for an engagement ring these days, it just depends on what the customer's budget is. Some of them don't really have a budget, and some of them work with a budget. But generally, an average entry point is about $3,000 to $4,000. You can get away with probably a half carat diamond, fairly good grading. So about a GSI, something like that, in a brilliant or a princess cut. They're the two most popular cut stones that are used today. The stones that I use, they're all laser inscribed, which is just another confidence factor for the customer. So when they do buy the diamond, it has a little laser inscription on the diamond with a report from for example, a laboratory. And yeah, so you can actually, it's encoded onto the diamond of all the report of what the diamond is. For example, it could be like a D Flawless stone, no fluorescence, and just the cut and the dimensions to make sure everything's in proportion. So it gives that customer that little bit extra of confidence of buying the stone and knowing that it is theirs once it actually set into the ring. The crucial timing factor is for engagement rings is actually finding the right stone. Once you found the right stone, then from there the design will take some time as well. Once you've moved through that, then we have a go-ahead through the customer, and from there it's approximately 10 working days before the finished product. We do a wide range of engagement rings and the wedding bands to go with them. Most commonly is just a plain band, which we call a fitted wetter, which sits up against the engagement ring. So it just sits nice and flush up against it. Sometimes you can have it plain, or you can actually fill it up with diamonds to complement the engagement ring if you like, or you can just leave it plain as is. You can do it in white gold, platinum, rose gold, and the traditional yellow gold, which has been going on for so many years. But yeah, so there is a wide range, and anything can be accomplished, whatever the customer likes.
Well, there's absolutely no excuse now for not getting that perfect wedding ring for your special girl. Hey guys, we've come to the end of our first show.
Peter, that flew by.
Like your wedding day will, I can guarantee it. Remember to visit ido.com.au for the most interactive, the most complete and comprehensive wedding planning website in Australia. It's fabulous.
We'll see you next time on Wedding TV.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.